Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an SU-122A. It's a Tier 5 Soviet SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka, and it's under the command of Fort U. Yes, and that's another of my other accounts. Yes, I decided to check up on which accounts didn't have treble marks or at least ace tankers on all of the Arty. This one didn't have an ace tanker on the SU-122A. Now, it's not the actual SU-122 that the Soviets actually made. This was a design that was never put into production. It's basically, you could say, a variety of the SU-76, but with a 152mm howitzer instead. And I've actually loaded the 152. You can use the 122, but the 152's got more punch to it. Okay, well, Tiger 131 turned up at the center, and I'm looking at his path, trying to work out where he's going. Looks like he's around about there. Okay, rounds out. Well, that hit the engine deck, and I got 102 out of that one. Now, these 152mm shells are capable of 550 alpha, 38mm of pen, and 6.7 meters on the burst radius between 6.5 and 11 seconds of stun. I'm tracking the guy at the moment. I'm still not loaded, but I will be shortly. I've just noticed there's a Churchill 3 sitting absolutely still on the railway line. So I thought, right, I'll put the shell into him instead. And it went exactly where I was aiming. Or at least it should have damaged that Churchill 3 at the very least. So I'm going back to the Tiger 131. Now the standard reload by the book is 30.30 seconds, and I've got 26.08, so it's got quite a long reload for a Tier 5 Arty. Very long reload. Rounds out. Well, that one fell short, but it still landed just alongside the Tiger and stunned him. Stun doesn't last for very long. Normally it's around about the 6-second mark. And so unless your teammates are actually watching that tank, you're very unlikely to get some. I'm working out where he's going to be headed next. Pre-aiming at the spot ahead of him. I got stun, but no stun assist yet. And he's lost it. It seems that the other Arty on our team, which is a Bishop, is also firing in the same general direction. And I've got a lot of teammates. Oh, we've got an aircraft or two crashing. Okay, our MT-25 went too far forward, and I think he's in the danger zone. Another direct hit on the side of the engine. It's 267. Yes, the aircraft are crashing. I'm not looking. I'm focusing on the Tiger 131. He must be feeling a bit, well, centered at the moment, a bit focused upon, a bit put upon, and you can see he's actually decided, I'm not staying here, I'm driving away, everybody doesn't like me, and he's just stopped for a second. I was reloaded, so I put another run into him, and he goes down this time. I got 201, and I got another 172 of stun assist. There's the Churchill, and yes, he has lost a few hit points, so my last shot probably did hit him. And we just saw the tracer coming off an enemy Arty. They have a Fifi and a Bishop, so I suspect that is the Fifi that's sitting there. And we're likely to see his tracer very shortly. And that shell falls very, very, very far short. Now I'm looking over here, expecting the Fifi to fire again. Dialing in, and, well, I am dialed in, but waiting for the reload to complete. Most of the enemy tanks over on the west side of the map have been killed. Oh, there he is. Round about there. Rounds up. See if I can get the shell in there. It goes to the left. Far to the left, actually. Well away from where I was aiming. The last enemy tank on the west side, the BDR's gone. The scores are fairly even, though. There was one enemy tank, a Burza, who actually managed to make it over to the railway line. So we've got to try and focus on him as well. I'm dialing in this general area. Oh, there's a Churchill 3. That was the one that was on the crossing. Rounds up. Well, it lands behind him, and I picked up 159, and I got some stun assists. And looks like he's going to go. Yeah, he's popped. So it's another one gone. So you can see I'm actually aiming ahead of target, anticipating course, and then trying to dial in on that spot ahead so that when he goes through the spot, the shell hits him. No, that one didn't work. I was just a little too late, but it looks like the bishop is getting the shots in the right direction, and one of the enemy arties is actually up on the hill, and that's annoying. It's probably the bishop, actually, because we can still see the tracer coming off the guy at the back, and in fact people are marking that spot. They think that the enemy arty is there, but he's about to get visitors because our MT-25's turned up, and oh, there he is. It's gone behind the bushes, rounds out, and well, that was engine deck for sure. Completely nuked him. I'm sure I kill stealed from the MT-25, which I'm sure he's going to be annoyed about, but well, it was necessary. Okay, well, we found a KV-1 up on the hill. They've only got 6 enemy left. Oh, there's the bishop. I want to counter battery, so that would be rather nice. Oh, look at this. He moved away from the spot. The moment he got spotted, he did exactly the right thing. He moved away from the spot immediately, found a new position, but he's made it rather obvious where he's actually going. He's in the bush, which is the art of not being seen. If you've ever seen the Monty Python skit, yeah, the art is not to be seen. Now, I am still dialing it. Oh, rounds out. Well, let's see. And it lands to the right and to short, so I don't get the bishop. But I must have shaken him up a bit, because as you know, it's got quite a large blast radius. So I'm going to try and put another round in there if I can. Oh, he's moved! But he has lost some hit points. So, yes, I think he got the message. And I was hoping he was going to park behind that wreck for a bit of cover. Oh, but the M4A3 76 wreck got a revenge on him. So I'm going to go for the Easy 8 instead. And yes, he's out the game. That's my second kill. Okay, well, we've got an M4A3 76 wet. Let's see what we can do. Oh, that was pretty vicious. The Hellcat even rammed him at the end, which wouldn't have been a good idea for a Hellcat because they don't have much sturdiness. They do have a nice chunk of hit points, but yes, they were going to suffer. Okay. Panzer IV Ausführung F2. And the MT-25 is running rings around him. Rounds out. Oh, well, it would have gone in the right spot because he was turning on that spot at that moment. But I have a funny feeling that the Burza is not where he's supposed to be. He's being a naughty boy. He's running away from our team, and I think I know where he's headed. He wants a quick Pascucci's. We are capping at this moment at the other end. And look, the bishop just got killed on our team. So I think we know where he is. Yes, he's over by the railway crossing, and he's just killed our bishop. But he's not going to get me because it's too late. Here's the end of battle stats, and yes, that was the first ace tanker on an account I've had for over 8 years. Yet you can tell it's the first ace because it's got scrolls underneath. I couldn't believe that I hadn't actually aced the SU-122A because I have on all the other accounts. It's just this one was still waiting for an ace, so I did one for him. I got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, I got 6. And my win rate from that one, 3,870, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, nowhere near the top because the highest damage in the game was that Hellcat. He got 2,856 hit points of damage. He picked up the high caliber. Second highest damage actually went to the MT-25 and he picked up a patrol duty. 1,293 hit points. And yes, in third place, it's me, 1,283. And when it came to kills, it was the Hellcat with 5. 2 kills went to the MT-25, to myself, to the Bishop on the enemy team, to their Burza, and also to their BDR G1B. I'm sure that Burza was really annoyed that he didn't get his Pascucci's. After all, I had a feeling he was headed our way because I looked at the minimap and thought, no, nobody's guarding that railway crossing, so I think he was after us. So I did make the move. I should have warned the bishop, but I thought when he's over the road and I can't see him, and if I do warn him, it's just going to make the birds come over to me as well. So I thought I'll just scarper. I should have actually warned the bishop, but I knew what was going to happen next. When it came to base XP, I'm still in third place because I got 1,168 to the MT25, 1,100 going to the Hellcat, and I got 743. So not super unicum as regards base XP, but at least it was good. Let's have a look at detail. I fired 15 rounds, so actually I did become very close to running out of ammo because you only have 18 in this vehicle. I got 5, it used to be only 12 actually for that matter. In fact, I seem to recall I do have a Fadens using my SU-122A. I think I did. But I got 5 direct hits on that one. No penetrations, but 11 splash. Damage of 1,283, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 5 to the enemy, killed 2. 653 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. Yes, I was getting stun assist towards the end, but I did get some very lucky shots as well, where it hit the engine deck of the target, and so I got nice splashes on them. Or at least nice hits on them. Now, I earned 23,130 credits on a premium count, and I got 2,229 experience points out of that one as well. So at least I've got the final ace mastery on that count at tier 5. All the others have ace mastery, so all I have to do now is get them all 3 marked, because that account is the oldest, but funnily enough, I think I stopped using it after a couple of years, and then went through the whole process of starting from scratch again, and I found that that account was a much better one to use, and that's where I got the general disturbance in the end. That's where the that account was the one I did that on. So that's the end of that game, but it's not the end of this replay, or this video. I do have another replay, which I played only about half an hour ago, I think it was. So let's have a look at that battle. The second replay is on the Ghost Town map, North Spawn, and I'm in the AMX 13F38M, the tier 6 French SPG. And you can see that one's already 2 marked. Well, this is one of my EU accounts, HawkU2. Yes, I know, terrible joke, but people still laugh at it. So, AMX 13-ton tank, they made 621 of this Arty alone. Produced between 1962 and 1997. It uses 2-part ammo, and they have a large crew to actually operate the thing. It does actually have gun depression, only 6 degrees, but it does have a range of 20 kilometers, and it was supposed to replace the Gorilla, the M41 HMC, and was sold to a lot of nations. Now you can see I'm actually backing myself into the corner. Okay, that's fun. Okay, we've got an enemy tank turned up. It's a Chieftain T95. We're in a tier 8 game with tier 6 tanks. And Chieftain, hello. Well, he knows I'm here. 258 hit points from that direct hit, and he got stunned, but we lost sight of him just after he got hit. Now, we do have a Barras guarding us, and also a couple of other tanks, so I feel happy and safe to be here. And I know I'm going to get good sight lines on some of the enemy tanks that are in the town, because I've actually been to this position before, and I know it works. Chieftain T95, thank you very much. Well, he didn't like that, and now he's gone down. So I got some damage and some stun assist, and look at this. From this position, you get a lovely view of the enemy tanks as they're making their way through the town. That Black Prince looks very tasty. I'm only worried about the tops of the buildings, but I suddenly see this M6 and he's attacking some of my teammates on that corner, and I got a massive reticule bloom just as I changed the angle, and unfortunately this one doesn't dial in, so I fired at the last moment and sadly miss any chance of getting that M6. But the Black Prince is taking damage and he runs for cover, so I'm not going to get a shot on him for the moment. Another enemy tank's just died on the east side of the map. But we got a T-3485 over here. And then I see the M6 again. I thought, oh, and I'm not going to let you get away with this a second time. So I did put a round in. Unfortunately, he changed course and only got him for 70 hit points. And then I see a T-44 over on the corner, and then I see this guy, and he goes down. So I go back to the T-34-85M, and he goes down. So I've got no targets there. T-44's backing up. I wonder if I can put a round up his rear. Rounds out. Well, that pretty comprehensively went up his rear, because he actually got 247 splash, and he got stunned. And I'm wondering if I'm going to get another hit or some stun assist. Now, there's a little corner there where some tanks like to hide, as they can shoot at the hill without getting shot at themselves if they keep side scraping on there. So I'm going to put a round into that corner on the off chance he's still there. Okay, lost targets. Looking around. Oh, we've got a Hellcat the other side, and he's burning. Yeah, he's a little barbecue. And he's gone. So the Progetto picks up an arsonist out of that one. Very nice kill. Okay, we've got a Juno who's actually behind that building. I can't get a shot. The M6 has decided to hide in that corner. I'm sure that shell's going to hit the roof. It's just too close. Yeah, it did. I took a chance, but unfortunately it didn't work. Okay, we've got another one. The Black Prince that I hid earlier has gone around the corner and popped back into view. Oh, Arty firing in my direction. He wasn't firing at me, thankfully. He didn't know that I'm in the corner. He was actually firing at one of my teammates, a Tiger, who's nearby. Okay, somebody from the hill, the M44, just fired in that guy's direction. We're one down on the enemy at the moment, but we're having a good game. Looks like we're playing pretty defensively, and I suddenly see the Tiger 131 on their team has crept in all the way, and I fired snap, and I really shouldn't have done that, but I did get a stun on him, which means that he's not going to be too happy. Our Black Prince, or their Black Prince, is now down on hit points. This T-44 comes to the corner to try and kill our Barask. It's a little too late, but he's in the very, very wrong place, because look, I'll put a shell in there if you want. Do you want a shell? Well, I managed to get 93 hit points and track him on one side, and I'm getting stun assist because he is getting shot at. I'm hoping for another one to go in. Come on, somebody hit him again. Yep, and he's gone. So another healthy amount of stun assist off that game. Well, that shot. Another enemy RT fire. It's not going after me. I heard the rumble, but you can see on the minimap that it's actually still going after the Tiger. The Juno pops out and gets killed immediately after he kills one of ours. He killed the Barask on our team, but he did go down immediately afterwards to the T-34-1. Okay, that M6 is still there. He's using the buildings for cover. Every now... Oh, Super Hellcat. Hello, Mr. Super Hellcat. And he loses 134 and gets stunned. RT firing in our way again. Yep, he's still going after the Tiger. Their Arty actually was very active. Okay, Black Prince. I don't want to miss him this time. Lead the target. Dialing in. He stops. And I'm loaded. Blind shot.
They're knocked out.
Okay, blind kill. Enemy RT's now going after the Striv M4257 RT. We've got nobody covering the right side of these buildings. So the Hellcats moved down to try and get spots. Oh, he's found one. It's the M6. Now, can I get a shot? No, because he gets wiped out. The Super Hellcat on the enemy team's still there. Can't get a shot. He's just too far away for the blast radius at the moment. So it's... Now we're 1 up on the enemy. Now we're 2 up on the enemy. And there's only a tank destroyer and 2 RT left. The tank destroyer is a Versa, which is tier 6. And of course the RT, an M44 and an SU-8. Now, as far as we know, the Versa is sitting behind the ship near this corner. And look at this. Now, was that for me or was that for the strip? I think it was actually for the strip. Okay, see if I can plant around in that corner and see if anything pops out of the corner. Nope, nothing there. I forgot to mention, actually, the Arty actually had 630 alpha, 39mm of pin, 7.6 meters on the burst radius, and between 11 and 22 seconds. Okay, I stopped suddenly because I realised the burst is in sight and he's actually right down at the end. I have to back up a bit because I can't get a shot on that corner, and I still can't. So instead, I actually decided to go for the SU-8. Leading the target. He's too fast. Yeah, just missed him there. He's being chased. The Progetto can see him, but he's gone around the corner. And we've lost him. More than likely, he's not going to stay there in that area. In fact, he's probably going to go for the bushes. Okay, now, Burza. He's behind the ship. There's no way I can get him. He's definitely behind the ship. So I put the shell behind the ship, but I'm not sure if that did anything. So we're off to the races, because in the circumstances like this, the best way to force the enemy to come out and deal with your guys is to actually get into the enemy cap and sit there and force them to come and deal with you. And I'm loaded. The standard load for this Arty, by the way, is 30.5 seconds. My load is 25.34. Now, only two members of the crew are actually in this vehicle. You can see the driver's ports are on the right-hand side because the engine is on the left-hand side of the vehicle. So, yes, the engine and the driver and the commander, they get to travel about in the vehicle whilst everyone else has to go in the truck that carries all the two-part ammunition. So, yeah, I'm going to go and sit in the cap because, at least from the cap area, I can actually put the pressure on them. And, oh, one of the enemy's been spotted. It's the SU-8. Okay, can I get a shot? He's on fire, and he dies before I can shoot. Now, that may have been fortuitous, actually, because by not shooting at that moment, if I had shot, I would have revealed my position. The SU-8 would have seen me, mainly because they would have seen the flash, or the tracer for that matter. Now, we're supposing that that Burza is still over there, and I'm marked the spot to tell my teammates that's where I'm looking. Can't see anything. T-34-1 is going up through the building, so he's going to spot from that direction. Progetto 46 has gone up, kind of up on the hill, and the strip M42 is behind me, actually. He's looking from the other direction, just in case the Burza did a double back and went the other side of the map. I'm hoping the Progetto will move up. He's got more than enough hit points, so is the T-34-1 for that matter. Okay, we're past the halfway point. 80. It's getting close. Oh, and one of them spotted. The M44 has been found by the Progetto, and he's been dispatched. And that's it. We've won. And I fire into the corner just afterwards. It appears no one's home. Well, I suspect that some of you already realised why I was actually worried about actually being spotted. That was a second-class tanker, but more than that, it was a Raider-Invader combination. Yes, the Raider medal, because I was never detected throughout the entire game, and I won by being the only person to cap in the cap, and won the game by capping. And you can actually get this award even if the enemy fires into the cap to try and get a reset and you get damaged, because it's not counted as being spotted. You have to be spotted in order for you to lose the radar bit, but the invader you'll always get if you are the one that caps out and you get 80 capture points. And of course, I got the combination, which means the enemy never saw me, but they certainly felt my presence during that game. I also got a bruise middle for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, I got 6. My win rate from that one, 1,543. Let's have a look at team score. Well, I'm a little way down the table when it comes to damage. The Progetto did the best with 2,538, followed by the Brask, who got 2,224, and after that, the Tiger 1, who managed 1,762, and acted as the Arty magnet for all those Arty shells from the enemy team that were headed in my direction, but they didn't try to kill me. They thought the Tiger was a much better bet. I actually got 973, which is better than all but 5 of the enemy team, and 5 of my own team, which makes me 11th when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, though, the high scorer was the Progetto. He got 4. 2 kills went to the Brask and the Striv M4257. And on the enemy team, their M6, their Type 58, the Burza, the Juno, they all got 2 kills as well. I only got the 1 kill in that game, but I was happy with that, at least, because I got the medal. And when it came to base XP, I'm still only 5th place on that one. 985 to the Progetto, 816 to the Brask. The Tiger 1, the Arty Magnet, got 784, and in 3rd place, and I got 749 in 5th place. So, not bad. I fired 15 rounds in the game. It was a long-lasting game, but I felt that towards the end, it was probably better for me to actually get in the cap, put some pressure on the enemy. I don't know if my teammates actually wanted to actually kill that bird, so I think they probably did, but it's safe actually to cap out under those circumstances. If the Arty caps, then they can act as the what's the word? The bait. That's the word I'm looking for. We're the bait that the enemy is looking for, and of course, then our teammates can take the kill if I get killed. 8 splashes. 973 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 5 the enemy, killed 1. Did 454 hit points to stun assist off, 7 stuns, and I got 100 cap points when I capped out. I earned a profit of 32,786 credits from the game, and I also got 3,370 experience points. I suspect that some of you might be tempted to actually use that corner again, because it's fantastic for the sight lines you get on the enemy. If the enemy does try to conquer the center of the map, they're more likely going to get hit by Arty shells from you, and that can make their game really miserable. But that's what Arty does. We make it very difficult for the enemy to get anywhere, and we get those lovely hits where the shells actually hit the enemy and interrupt their game just when they don't want it to. So if you enjoyed that replay and the other one, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.